alert now because the story about Ebola keeps changing. 10 people now said to be at high risk for coming down with the disease after coming into contact with the first man diagnosed with the disease in America. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm Gretchen Carlson, and we are about to see both of you.
Hi.
Thank Lisa, should politics come into the middle of the fight against Ebola?
Well, you know, I don't think they should come into the middle of the fight against Ebola, but I think looking to Gallup, 60% of Americans do not trust the federal government with good reason. I mean,
right, so does she have a point, Alan? Should we trust the government to actually fix Ebola right now?
I think there's a point there. I think we just thank you for correcting me.
No.
It is very hard for me to say because I
the other day I
object to
couldn't
it.
say Secret Service, so don't worry about it.
There you go. But because of
states stop the flights, Lisa.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
In fact,
and they should look at immigration.
Once again, experts have said this is going to stop the ingress and egress of West Africa and then send them to Syria or Iraq. All right. It'd be a much better use of troops.
To throw meteorologists under the bus.
So we get thrown under the bus a lot making the change. Generally, in the past, all computer models run for bringing in a lot more data, and it can give us imagery like this. This is a temperature map.
Wow.
And you get a very detailed, resolute idea of what the temperatures look like and what forecast temperatures are going to look like. Lots of elevation items, as well as valleys and mountains, those sorts of things, and certain kinds of wind. Then take a look at what a future radar would look like. This you could see, hey, we know there's going to be rain up here across parts of Canada and the Great Lakes, but it's this stuff here, that little more individual cells. And right now, when we look at forecast weather data, it gives us 1 pixel for every 8 miles. If that, you can get your mind around it. This is going to give us 1 pixel for every 2 miles. So this allows us to get, this is how it might have looked, and we could say there's rain coming into Jersey, North Jersey, and Pennsylvania, but that's not widespread rain. It's actually these individual cells.
So much more pinpointed.
Much more pinpointed.
What's taken so long? I guess you're going to do right now is going to be so much better than last week.
Yes. Now, this picture doesn't look like it, but it certainly helps, especially local meteorologists. But today, get ready. It's still hot all across parts of California, and we've got some really big storms moving across the central part of the country. Behind that, you see that right up there?
Yep.
That's snow. Minnesota,
I know. My mom
into
told me about it.
And we've got snow, maybe even a little bit of flurries in towards the Chicago area by the time you're waking up tomorrow.
Oh, my gosh. Break out the snowmobile suit. Leon Panetta saying a heck of a lot in this book, and it is not good for the Obama administration.
Well, we'll find out Tuesday.
So much discussion back then that the president was wishy-washy about the credibility now based on the situation that we find ourselves in that part of the world currently with ISIS and Khorasan and terrorism alive and well. Okay, so how do you think it all happened?
I'm going to have to. You know, President Obama said red line, and then he didn't do anything. Why? What was the explanation?
Flights, that's going to make it more difficult for aid people to come and go to help eradicate.
That's so much baloney in here right now.
Okay, I want you to listen to the guy who runs the CDC because he doesn't feel the way you do. Listen to this.
There is no reason.
But how do you control that?
So stop it.
But how do you control it? Because with the Texas guy, he flew to Brussels first.
You control it.
I think one of the most fascinating things in this book is that he actually had some strange near-death experiences before he actually died.
He did.
Tell me about at least one of them.
To launch a speaking tour. And the day before he was supposed to leave from Europe to the USA, he gets in this car accident, which is inexplicable. And
she didn't want one. The wife said she didn't want an autopsy.
She changed her mind.
Okay. All
then
right. I'm going to be mad as hell when I do that segment tonight.
Yeah, mad as hell with Carlson tonight on The Factor.
It seems all kids are anxious to get out on the open road someday, but one toddler in China just couldn't wait. Not one, but 2 bear stories to tell you about. Cabin owner, Wisconsin.